How you all doing today? So, today I'm in Apocalypse Park and I'm taking the Eberlestock Tomahawk out for a little ruck march. So check this out. About a week ago, I did like a preview first impressions video on this pack. And while it had a lot of great things going for it, there were some things I didn't like. In fact, they're problematic. And also, there's a few details I forgot to mention in this pack. So what we're going to do in this video, I want to, one, talk about the things I missed that I forgot to tell you about in the previous video, just so you can have clear understanding, like, what these features are, so you can make sure this is the right thing for you. And two, I've been doing some problem solving. Okay, so let's first go over what did I forget to mention. So one of the things I forgot to mention was, I told you this was like the spiritual successor to the half track, in my own mind. One of the things I forgot to mention, maybe, is this little pocket here. It's a small detail, but I want to make sure everybody understands it. You get this small, just like a half track, you got a pocket here, except this has laser cut moly, Powell's webbing here, unlike being the solid pocket like on the old half track. Two, this has quick release. So unlike the old half track, which does not have quick release buckles, this does. That is a good feature. I'm really glad they got that, because especially for a military pack, you really need stuff like this. Like, say you fall in the canal while going in the Middle Eastern country and you got a bunch of body armor and crap on. It's really good to be able to get your junk off of you, your equipment off of you quickly, so you don't drown, or if you fall over, blah blah. So okay, so I wanted to make sure we got those 2 points out of the way. Front pocket, similar to the half track, and quick release buckles. Now let's talk about the problems. In no particular order, here's some of the issues with this pack. And I've spent the last week trying to fix them. Number 1, floating lid. Now the floating lid's a great idea. You can't see it here because I got it buckled down, but when you loosen this up, it extends the volume, right? Like, see how this comes up? I can like make this go higher here, unravel these, and it'll come up to here, and you can really put like a sleeping bag or more clothes in your pack, whatever you want to do. It's a floating lid. And of course it's detachable, so if you want to take all 4 of these buckles off, or release, this turns into a fanny pack. It's really cool for that. The problem is, though, you're kind of looking at it right now. The blanket I had in my pack is now out here. And so you see how it folds down like this? You see how the dry bag here, the dry sack, or the cover is sticking out? So you can't, this does not stay in place. And it's going to expose your inside. And we have a thunderstorm coming, and you might hear the thunder. Hear that thunder? So, I could be actually walking home in this, and I'd really like to keep my inside dry, right? So, that is a problem. Another problem is, as you can see here, and I talked about this last video, is you got one strap. It's one continuous strap from the bottom to the top. So what that means is, one, when I release these buckles here in a moment, this is just going to flap out. It's just going to flop out. It's messy. And as you're also going to see, there's no attachment points at the bottom of this pack, okay? So that gets really problematic. Especially if it rains here soon, like it's supposed to. I don't want this bedroll that I have rolling around in mud and stuff as I try to get the rain cover, which, in order to access the rain cover, I have to unbuckle that, well, when it doesn't get stuck on the material. Oh man. This is what happens when you gotta fix a manufacturer's mistake. Thanks, Glenn. Glen Eberlestock, that is. And then, as I told you in the preview video, you either make a decision to quickly buckle this, put this on, or you have to run the shock cord through one of these little slits and then connect. Either way, it's a pain in the butt. It's retarded, to be blunt. It is stupid. Very poor design. Which leads to the question, well, if this sucks so bad, why did you keep it? Well, quite frankly, Glen Eberlestock and his team got me on 2 points. Number one, for the price point, there was nothing in that price point range that would fit my needs. This actually is the right size I need for my medium camping bag to replace my half track. This is the correct size. If I wanted something slightly better designed, I'd have to spend more money. So it's got flaws, but it's the right size. The design overall does work for me overall. And yeah, dealing with, if you ever dealt with Eberlestock, it can be a real hassle sometimes to deal with customer service and all. I've had a spotty relationship with them on that. So back on point though. So as you can see, now, you got this mess. It's just sprawling out like this. Whereas I recommended these be separated. So now let's talk about solutions. Less complaining, more solutions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause this, and when I'm going to come back, I'm going to show you the solutions I came up with. I couldn't solve all the problems, but I solved 2 problems. So, stand by. Okay, I'm back. Now check this out. Here's the solution. Like I said, there's like, 3, 4, maybe even 5 problems I have with this floating, but I've solved 2, and I want to share those with you right now. Watch this. Okay, so I got the bag up here. Okay, I'm going to release this. Let me stand back here so you can see it. Voila! Notice something? 1, it's not sprawling out. 2, the problem with the Tomahawk is there's no attachment points here underneath or on the Powell's webbing to keep this in place. Well, I've solved both of those. Let's go over those. Okay, so now let's go ahead, put this all back together so you can see what it looks like up close. So first, strap this up. Oh, somebody's excited about something. Real quick, something that needs to be highlighted. When you run your straps through here, make it a point not to cover these up. I intentionally left this undone. Why? So that I can have quick access to the rain fly, right? Or rain cover. Leave that undone. That way you're going to have that quick access to your rain cover. And it's going to make, not perfect, but it's going to, really improve your enjoyment and functionality of this pack. Now, let's put it all back together. Oh yeah, mosquitoes are loving me. I'm sweating, I'm hot. I'm a foreigner. I am exotic cuisine to these creatures. Make sure, past the buckle, see where I'm putting my strap underneath the strap that's black strap? You want to run this underneath. And don't twist it, like I almost did. Okay, there you go. So, one more time, see this? So you got your bedroll, your sleeping bag here. It's got these additional 550 cord straps. Run them underneath whatever you use here. 550 cord across here. The 511 tier straps, whatever. Whatever you put across here, run this underneath so that, again, when this comes undone, it will catch here. And that way, your stuff is not falling out, it's not flopping around, a lot more neatly organized. So, that's going to do it here. I do want to comment this. I took this out for a ruck march slash kind of like a daytime lunch thing. I did a 4-mile trip yesterday. It held pretty good. One thing I do like, overall, the size is just right for what I'm looking for. But it's 90 degrees now in Korea. Oh my gosh, you feel the weight on this. I had about 38 pounds in this yesterday. And believe me, by the end of it, I was feeling it. So I plan on doing a camping trip tomorrow, depending on the weather. And I am going to lighten the load on this a bit. Like, this thing's coming out. Much as I like camping with this, yeah, this thing's going to have to go. I've got to lighten the load on this to make it easier. But it does carry pretty well. You get the adjustment right, and I'm still tweaking the adjustments, right? Make sure it's right for my body. But overall, it does carry pretty good. Well, I made it home. Here's the rock with it rain fly on. Yeah, it's raining out here. It's a light rain. It didn't pour up. The skies didn't open up like it sounded, thought it was going to. More bark than bite, if you will. But nonetheless, I did have to put this on, so let me show you something. It was a pain in the butt to get it on, but it does work. So let me get this off here, and I'll tell you about part of the solution about getting the rain fly on. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about before. You have to run the, what do you want to call it, 550 cords, the loop, whatever you want to call it. And then you connect your, clip here to it. Sorry, I'm tired. I just got back home, and I'm a little winded. And you take it from there. But man, it took a little bit of work to run this through, get it here, and get this connected. But it does work, and it held up fine. Now I think I might just leave it on there, just for fun, to see how well it repels the rain for a while. And I should mention, since I forgot to mention, just like the half track, this does have these little pockets on the side. I got my machete in there. I used that yesterday. It came in very handy in the woods. One little feature I forgot to mention. I hate forgetting to mention things. So sorry for, mentioning that now. But anyway, thanks for watching this. Bye.